Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Right now we are looking at first looks at coming attractions and movies, and this is an article that I was reading in Entertainment Weekly, of course, because this is one of my favorite magazines. And the article was talking about 40 movies that we can't wait for. And basically, what the article is talking about is just basically some of the films that have really caught people's attention in through the coming attractions. And as of right now, one of the biggest coming attractions that everyone seems to be into is a film that I'm sure that a lot of people are excited to see, but yet it has caused controversy, is Man of Steel. Now, why has it caused controversy? There's been talk from everything from people who didn't like the choice of the actor that was chosen, to the costume, to the storyline. Some were excited about the trailer. Others thought that Brainiac should have been in the story, or at least, you know, someone that it shouldn't have been Commander Zod. Some people thought it should have been Darkseid, but Darkseid will be in Justice League. I mean, just on continuing stories about what's been talked about with Man of Steel. But I did see the second trailer for Man of Steel, and it's really really good. I think Zachary Snyder has definitely got himself a winner here. And as I moved, of course, we've seen this image in the trailer, of course. This is basically, one of the images that was in the second trailer and in the first trailer. Kind of like, an exciting image to check out. And of course, this is the scene, the famous scene where he crashes into, it looks like a bank or into a safe, and he crushes the safe because of course he's the Man of Steel. And other great films that are coming out for what people are excited to see. Definitely, this is one of my top five that I definitely want to see. Other films like World War Z. That's another great film that's coming out over here. This is where Brad Pitt is in this film. It's kind of like a horror action film. Someone said that this was PG-13, but technically, to tell you the truth, I hope it's rated R, or I hope we don't have to wait till later for it to be rated R. But definitely, World War Z is another film. Of course, zombies have been catching people's eye with The Walking Dead. So definitely, this is another flick that I'm sure that people want to see, and I definitely want to see. I don't know much about Heat over here, but I'm sure it must be good. It must be one of those like comedies with that chick over here who played in The Bridesmaid, and of course that looks like Sandra Bullock. Michelle McCarthy. She's in the film, so she's really funny. Of course, she was nominated also. But some of the films, like, okay, this is Tom Cruise's flick over here. Obviously, this is, another flick that he's trying to put a big budget name to. I mean, it looks interesting. I saw previews of this film, but, it looks okay. I've heard about this film over here. This is Jamie Foxx's White House is Down with Channing Tatum. Basically, this is kind of like a story about some terrorists take down the White House, and Channing kind of is like I guess he's a secret agent who, or someone who works with Secret Service, who takes down the terrorists. And this is supposed to be Jamie Foxx's year because, of course, Django Unchained with his popularity in that film. Then there are other films that are coming out here, like this one, Ender Games. Then of course Two Guns with Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg. You know, right over here, excuse me, so you can get an idea. Denzel, Two Guns. Then of course Monster Universe. Excuse me, Monsters University. This whole like monster series has really caught people's attention. So definitely this is something that the kids will want to see. Then we have the Wolverine with the great Hugh Jackman. Take a look over here. And take a look over here. Of course, Wolverine coming out in July. Then we have Jack Ryan over here with Chris Pine. You know, coming out on Christmas. Then over here, this film is something I really would like to see too. It's the biography pic of Jackie Robinson. You know, how he basically changed baseball forever when he signed himself with the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947. You know, breaking color barrier. And believe me, this looks like to be a very interesting film. Something positive for African Americans to see. Not really something like Django Unchained, but hey, whatever, that's to each his own, but definitely something on a more positive note. Then we also have other films like this one here, the Oz the Great and Powerful, kind of like a remake version of The Wizard of Oz, but kind of give it a new look to it, or a new upgraded look. Then we have over here the creator of the Twilight series is making a new film called The Host, where she's tackling aliens and not tackling vampires no more. So this looks pretty interesting to check out. And of course, Iron Man 3. This is another exciting picture over here. This definitely looks like something that I want to see. Of course, this is directed by Shane Black. This is his first attempt of Iron Man. He's going to be writing, and I think he's co-writer and director of the film, if I'm not mistaken. And this looks to be very, very good. I kind of like this photo over here because it kind of has like a Captain America type of feel to it. You know, I really love this suit. I wish he was wearing this. I had a little problem with the whole Iron Man saga at first because I felt that Iron Man never got the true credit of a real villain for him to challenge. But anyway, this, you know, I think that they really are giving him an interesting villain this time. I hope it's not just another villain in a suit, but I heard that they're really going to focus on the comic this time. And because that, you know, Robert Downey Jr. has such a great year, I wouldn't be surprised if this made another $500 million, because a lot of people love the Iron Man, and I'm gonna give Iron Man 3 a chance. I like part 2, wasn't really crazy about part 1, but of course everybody has their opinion. And let me turn to the next page here. We have the Lone Ranger over here with, you know, Johnny Depp and Armie Hammer. You know, and then we got some interesting movies that are coming out, but for the most part, you know, of course there's other films that are coming out. Sorry about that, let me raise it up a little. And then this is a very interesting take on the whole Lone Ranger series. I hope it's a little interesting. Then of course we have this new Caveman cartoon coming out. Never heard much about it, but this looks kind of interesting as well. And finally, just to give you an idea what's also coming for 2013, definitely I want to see The Hangover Part 3, A Good Day to Die, Beautiful Creatures, After Earth. I also want to see Kick-Ass 2, Pacific Rim, Carrie, Thor: The Dark World, The Hobbits. And that's basically it. I mean, you know, just to give you kind of... There's also one other page I want to show you. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let me tilt it this way. this cool picture of Iron Man. Iron Man sitting as he always does, sitting right on the couch, being super duper cool. I thought this was a cool picture. Sorry about that, I'm tilting the camera a little, sorry. But as you can see, this is definitely the coolest picture, I thought. This was a very good issue. I think anybody who has a local magazine store or a Barnes and Noble or a stationery store, you ought to pick this. And if you don't really want to pay for it, go to the library. But definitely, this is an issue worth picking up just to kind of get a glimpse as to what's going on for 2013. But these are just basically some of the hot previews that are coming out. I'm gonna wait and see, how people review it and if it's worth downloading or is it worth really going to the theater. I'll check it out. But knowing me, I'll probably bootleg the film because I'm too lazy to go to the movies. So definitely, I just wanted to end it by showing you a glimpse of Iron Man, and it's incredible. I hope that you enjoyed these first look images of 2013, and like I said, there's more to come. So you all take care, have a great night, and be safe.